Good evening. Good evening to everyone around the world. Good evening to you. Start sharing now. Quickly, start sharing. Start sharing quickly. We have a lot of things to talk about today, I've been quiet for some time. I've been in the background because we are busy with the TV station, setting up the TV station. And I'm glad that today we have launched the TV station already. You are going to hear a lot of things tonight. So start sharing. Share the video in all the groups. Share the video on your wall as many times as possible. Share it everywhere. Let everybody gather. Let everybody know that Seer One is live today. I'm also trying to share streaming. Mwangosi Chanda said, streaming live from Kabwe Central. How is Kabwe today? I love you. I love you. Love from Kabwe. Love from all over the world. Love from Nigeria. Love from Botswana. Love from Zambia, Zimbabwe. Anywhere you are watching me from, you are so blessed. We have a lot of things that we are going to talk about tonight. Very important things. So start sharing. Even if you are a cadre, you are free to watch tonight, because I can see many cadres are beginning to wake up. Many cadres are beginning to reason since they started watching Seer One. So that's why it's important. Once you join, you share. You share in all the groups. You share in all any. Make sure that you have shared. It's very important so that we proceed. Glory, glory, glory. Many people who are missing Seer One. Seer One, where have you been? Seer One, you don't come online. We are busy, we are busy with the TV station. We are working hard for the TV station. And I have good news today, very good news, very, very good news that I'm going to share with you all. Godfather is so faithful. Godfather is so good. Anything he says come to pass. Almighty God. Good evening. Good evening. God bless, God bless, God bless, God bless you. If you are watching me now, you are so blessed. Somebody saying, is this live? This is live. Today you can see it's live. It's live. We are live. I'm about to talk to you now. So if I've just joined right now, you have not shared this broadcast, please share this broadcast quickly. I want everyone to hear what I want to say. I want everyone to hear what, especially if you are from Zambia. There are so many people from Zambia who are saying, Seer One, since you started talking, our eyes are opening. The youth's eyes are opening. The youths are able to reason. The youths are able to see things. The youths are able to wake up. Not only the youths. I've received so many messages from elderly people, from the villages, from Luapula, Chipata, Kitwe, Copperbelt, from everywhere, who are saying, see, since we started listening to you, our eyes are open. We are able to see what this corrupt government is all about. We are able to see what this government is all about. So I want to say congratulations for your eyes being open. I'm not going to waste time. I think maybe I can be here for 30 minutes today because I want to say some few things that I would have loved to say. There are just some few things that I would have loved to say. A few things that I want to say. In the first place, it's a shame. It's very shameful that many years ago, Malawi was looking up to Zambia. Malawi was looking up to Zambia. In fact, many years ago, when I visited Zambia, when I was in Zambia, I could hear Zambian people saying Malawi is just a village. Malawi is just one province of Zambia. Malawi is this, Malawi is that, Malawi is poor, Malawi is this. But Malawi, they have proven to us that they are far better than Zambia. Not because they are better than Zambia in intellectuals, they are better than Zambia in infrastructure, they are better than Zambia in natural resources. They are better than Zambia because Zambia is being destroyed because of corruption. For example, we all are seeing what is happening in Zambia. I want to address this one and then we proceed one after the other. Please be very, very attentive to what I want to say tonight. It's going to help you. It's definitely going to help you. It's going to open your mind, especially if you are from Zambia. Many years ago, I remember the time I visited Zambia for the first time. That was 2010 or 2009, if I'm not mistaken. And they were talking about Malawi. You know, many people, you know, Malawi is just a poor country. You know, Malawi has nothing. You know, you can't compare Malawi to Zambia. This is what Malawi was looking up to Zambia. Malawi was looking up to Zambia. In fact, people were coming from Malawi and coming into Zambia looking for better life, learning a lot of things from Zambia. By then, things were okay. I know that there was corruption in Zambia, but the corruption in Zambia was not as at ease the way it is today. Ropia Banda was the president, and many things were going on, but you can't compare what was happening then to what is happening here. Today, it's very shameful that Zambians are looking up to Malawi. Zambians, I can see the youths, I can see brothers and sisters, I can see people celebrating Malawi. I can see, even from here in South Africa, everybody is celebrating Malawi. Zambia used to be a country that anywhere you entered, everyone was going to, oh, Zambia, this is a great country. Oh, Zambia, this is a good country. Oh, Zambia, this is a nice country. Everyone, we are all celebrating Zambia. The reason why I stayed in Zambia is because Zambia was good. Because Zambia had a great economy. Because Kwacha had value. Because the economy of Zambia was so strong. Because there was no massive corruption. But Eddie Galunga has come to destroy everything completely. Today, I'm watching Zambia. I'm seated. I've not been talking. I've just kept quiet. I've seated and I'm watching the whole country of Zambia celebrating Malawi. This is why the Bible says the first will be the last and the last will be the first. Why? Because of corruption. Corrupt idiots have taken over Zambia and destroyed Zambia. Today, Zambia is a laughing stock. Anywhere you go and mention Zambia, it's a laughing stock. Why? Because it has been destroyed. Because of corruption. Because of corruption. Everyone is saying, how I wish we are Malawi. Zambians are saying, how I wish we are Malawi. How I wish we are Malawi. Imagine Malawi of yesterday. Imagine Malawi. Small Malawi. Why? Because of corruption. Corruption is very dangerous. Corruption destroys a nation. Corruption destroys a nation. If you have just joined now, please share. It's very, very important. You share this broadcast. Let them hear what I want to talk. Let Digalungu hear what I want to talk. Let all of them hear what I want to talk. Corruption has destroyed Zambia today. Today, Malawians are laughing at Zambia. Zambia is a laughing stock all over the world because of corruption. Everything was okay. Everything was fine until Edgar Lungu took over power. Corruption is bad. Corruption has destroyed the nation of Zambia. I want to announce to you all that our TV station has been opened today. If you have a DSTV after this broadcast, you can check it there. It's already there. We have named it Limpopo TV because the Limpopo TV, it has a lot of content. I cannot just sit and talk about preach the whole day. No, we have done it in a way where Limpopo TV is going to broadcast so many things. And within 1 hour or 2 hours, I will come and expose PF. It's there on DSTV. By tomorrow, we are coming on free to air. So that the whole world, when I'm talking about the corruption in Zambia, it will not only be watched in Zambia, it will be watched all over the world. People will see that the leadership of Edgar Lungu is very, very corrupt. It's the most corrupt leadership all over the world as we are talking. People must see it and people must hear it. Corruption has destroyed Zambia. What Malawi was able to achieve, they achieved it because they said no to corruption. I am talking to Zambian people. When are you going to say no to corruption? You can see that your leaders are very corrupt. I don't want to come here and start mentioning them. There are too many things that will prove to you that your leader is a very corrupt human being. Your leader is chief of corruption. Your leader is king of corruption. That's why Zambia is being destroyed completely. That's why Zambia is gone. That's why when you mention Zambia today, no one wants to hear about Zambia just because the leader is corrupt. The leadership of Zambia is corrupt. Corruption has made Zambia today celebrating Malawi. Malawi used to learn something from Zambia. Today, Zambia is the one learning something from Malawi because of corruption. I saw people saying the president of Malawi was very corrupt. The former president of Malawi was very corrupt. Mr. Mutharika was very corrupt. I said, if you say Mutharika is corrupt, you don't know Edgar Lungu. If you say the former president of Malawi, Peter Mutharika, was removed because of corruption, then you must meet Edgar Lungu. When you meet Edgar Lungu, then you know that there is a grandfather of corruption. The grandmaster, the Jakaban of corruption. That's what he is. For example, people are persecuting that man. He is a corrupt man. The former president of Malawi. I told them, before the election started, the delegation of the DPP, they came to me here in Limpopo. I said it openly. When we were working, Godfather said that man is not going to win election. Godfather said, we must tell him to step down. I said it openly. Godfather said, you are not going anywhere. You are saying the DPP government in Malawi is not going anywhere. Step down. The same way I'm telling Edgar Lungu, even this night, if you are wise, step down, don't contest. If you contest, you'll be embarrassed. I told them, DPP government in Malawi, I told them, I said, Godfather said that we are not going anywhere, step down. They agreed and they went back. When they went back, they continued. On that day of election, I was live on Facebook and I was saying it with confidence. I said that man is going to be embarrassed by the opposition. The same way Edgar Lungu is going to be embarrassed next year. If Edgar Lungu wins the election, then you know that I'm not a Jagaban. It's done. It's sealed. It's confirmed. It's not going anywhere. We told them there in Malawi. That president was so arrogant. He was arrogant like Edgar Lungu today. He was very arrogant. He didn't want to hear. He didn't want to listen. That day, election was going on. I was live on Facebook. I said, this man is going to be embarrassed. He must go and sit down because he's corrupt. He didn't listen to me. After the election, what happened? There are so many of you that are watching me, and one thing you know about me is that I don't lie. I don't. When I tell you that it's yes, it's yes. When I tell you it's no, it's no. I told you that PF is going to be confused because we have already worked. And I told you that even if you bring Jesus to vote for them, they are not going to win. And I told you to say, even if PF pray from here to heaven, confusion is going to be there. We worked it. Today, what is happening in PF? Even if you are watching me, you're blind, you don't see. You're a cadre, you're a hardcore cadre. You don't see with your eyes, you don't hear with your ears. Even if you are watching me today, as I'm talking, what is happening in PF? Before we strike, before we attack, I tell you so that you can try your best. I told them, that was in January this year. I told them to say, because you have returned my things, we are going to put confusion there. What is happening in PF today? Are there not massive confusion? I am saying it again today. Even if you are watching me, you don't believe me, I can finish this broadcast. I tell you that peace will return in Zambia. Peace will return in PF. And I tell you to watch it. You will see that everything will normalize. But so long as I'm in charge, so long as I'm a Jagaban, so long as Godfather is there, there will be no peace in PF. They are going to fight like cat and dog. What you are seeing is nothing. We are just starting. I'm telling you the gospel truth. I know where I'm coming from. I know where I belong. Why? Because they are corrupt party. They call me. They talk to me. Seer1, what's going on? Seer1, forgive. Seer1, forgive us. Seer1, I say, relax. Your time is up. You are going. The same way I told the Malawi ruling party. They were arrogant. They had a lot of cadres. Like so many cadres that are watching me now who will be here commenting nonsense. Why are you talking about Zambia? Why you don't talk about Boko Haram? Why you don't talk about this? Why you don't talk about this? So many of you arrogant. That's the same way DPP cadres were arrogant in Malawi. When I said you are not going anywhere, tell Peter Mutharika to step down. Corruption has killed him. He didn't listen. They didn't listen. That is the same way I'm telling Edgar Lungu. Step down. Don't contest. If you contest, you'll be embarrassed. What happened to Peter Mutharika is okay. That one is okay. Because, by the way, Peter Mutharika is better than you. Because he's corrupt, but he's not the father of corruption. He's not a papa of corruption. You are a Jagaban of corruption. You are a papa of corruption. That's what you are, Edgar Lungu. Papa of corruption. The Jagaban of corruption. That's what you are. When somebody becomes a Jagaban, it means power. What you are doing has entered inside your blood. That's what you are, the Jagaban of corruption. Peter Mutharika is better than you. He was not as corrupt. He was not very corrupt. You are worse. Because number one, during the time of Mezgate, Peter Mutharika fired the agriculture minister that was involved in Mezgate scandal. Fired that person. Arrested that person. Dora Siliya was not even interrogated. Dora Siliya is still gallivanting in your leadership. Then tell me why you are not corrupt. You're corrupt. That's why Zambia is finished. That's why Zambia is dead today. That's why Milimi price is unbearable. That's why Zesco cannot give electricity to people. They are giving useless excuses. Water is taking 9 weeks to reach. 9 weeks to reach this thing. Now you have changed your mind. Now you want to use 40 million to buy meter to regulate electricity. In which country? Because of corruption. PF is a corrupt government. Government of failures. Government of fools. Government of idiots. That's what you are. Government of greedy people. Government of thieves. Peter Mutharika is better than Edgar Lungu. At least he fired the minister. He fired some people that were caught in corruption. What has Edgar Lungu done? Dora Siliya was caught in corruption. Dora Siliya was facing charges. Edgar Lungu came and acquitted her. Today, Dora Siliya is a saint. Dora Siliya has power to make a decision in government. She was acquitted under Edgar Lungu. Rupia Banda was arrested by Sata. He was going through so many interrogations for corrupt charges. Edgar Lungu came, he acquitted. The son of Rupia Banda, James Banda, is it James? The one that ran to South Africa here. He was going through so much charges. Where is he today? Anything about corruption, Edgar Lungu embraced them. Even the people that are supposed to be in prison now, they are in government with Edgar Lungu. Tell me how the country is going to develop. That's why they are looting the country dry. They are looting and looting and looting and looting without shame. They are looting unbelievably. Tell me. Even those of you that are supporting Edgar Lungu, tell me, just give me one reason why you must support him. Because he has destroyed the country. Completely destroyed. You are just joining this broadcast. Share it. I'm coming to watch something that you need to hear. Edgar Lungu is a Jagaban of corruption. The leader of corruption. I am a Jagaban. Leader of warrior. But he is a Jagaban of corruption. He's Jagaban of corruption. Every corrupt people, he embraced them. So long as someone is corrupt, he embraced them. What happened in Malawi? That man, Peter Mutharika, that they removed in Malawi and they are celebrating, they are saying he's corrupt. I'm asking Malawians to come and meet Edgar Lungu. When you meet Edgar Lungu, then you know that Peter Mutharika is a saint. He's a saint. He's a saint. I'm telling you, all his children are rich. All the people that are with him in PF, look, let me tell you something. There are groups in PF, there are groups that don't support what Edgar Lungu is doing. I'm telling you the truth. These groups, they have approached me, they have called me, they are saying, Seer one, why not we remove Edgar Lungu and bring another person? Are you going to support us? I said, so long as it's PF, PF is dead. PF died with Sata. There is nothing like PF. So long as it's PF, I will not support you. I will never support corruption. Never in my life. I will never support corruption. PF is a corrupt party. Party of corrupt people. That's what PF is. I will never. Edgar Lungu and those that are close to him are very rich. Very rich. When I say rich, they are extremely rich. But those people that are in PF, who fought for PF, they are poor. PF cadres are poor. PF cadres are poorest. Even UPND cadres are better. Even NDC cadres are better. PF cadres are poorest. The people that fought for the party, the people that suffered for the party, those are the people that are poor. Edgar Lungu and the people that came to hijack the party are rich. Somebody like Dora Siliya is a rich woman. She's very rich. That Mesgate scandal. Dora Siliya was supposed to be in prison by now, or at least been caught by now. Edgar Lungu didn't do anything. This one that you are calling a corrupt person in Peter Mutharika in Malawi, that man is a saint. if you bring him and Edgar Lungu together, believe me, that man is a saint. Edgar is a Jagaban of corruption. Jagaban of corruption. Jagaban of corruption. The reason why I'm here today is that everyone is laughing at Zambia. Anywhere you mention Zambia today, Zambia is a laughing stock. Zambia is a laughing stock. Why? Because Edgar Lungu has destroyed the integrity of Zambia. When you talk about Zambia today, you talk about corruption. Zambia used to be a very nice country. I was there. I was in that country. I stayed there because it was a nice country. Today, foreigners have taken over Zambia. Corruption has taken over Zambia. Citizens of Zambia don't have right for anything today. Citizens of Zambia are afraid of foreigners. I'm telling you what I'm seeing with my own eyes. I'm telling you what people are calling me every day and telling me. The cost of living in Zambia is so high. The cost of living in Zambia today is unbearable. You cannot manage to buy mealie meal. You cannot manage to buy food. Kwacha has died beyond repair. There is nothing that is working in Zambia today. I was listening to the ZESCO spokesperson or something. That man was comfortably saying that it's going to be 10 hours of load shedding every day until September. How are businesses going to survive? Because of corruption. Because of corruption. The corruption in PF is beyond. That's why I'm here today. I was talking about anytime when I talk PF cadres, some of them that are still blind, many of them, their eyes are open. Many of them are still blind. But when I'm talking, many of them whose eyes are still blind, they tell me, see, why are you always talking? It's because of my talking that your president is able to remember the musicians today, the artists. Complete 6 years in power. Edgar Lungu had no vision for the youths. Edgar Lungu had no vision for the artist. Edgar Lungu had no vision for anybody. Edgar Lungu only had vision to make himself rich and make his friends rich. That's all. PF had no vision for the youths. I listened to the Minister of Youth and Sports, and he said, this is now when we want to create something for the youths. All these things started happening when Seer started talking. Anytime I'm live, they are watching me. They use Edgar Lungu and his friends. They use fake pages to watch me, and they get my advice and put it in practice. and those of you that are saying, Seer, why are you talking about Zambia? Those of you are the people that are benefiting. Like now, your president, after 6 years in government, has just remembered the youths and has empowered the artists. After 6 good years in office, this is now when Edgar Lungu has remembered the youths. and the thing is that I don't understand the kind of leadership that Edgar Lungu is having, because I don't think he has advisors. I don't think there is anyone in that cabinet that reasons like a human being. Just because I started talking about the youths, talking about the artists, you remove 30 million and you gave to the youths. Edgar Lungu, are you wise? Do you make use of your brain? Okay, I said it before. There are more than 8 million youths in Zambia, and you released 30 million and gave to them. 80 million youths. 8 million youths. 8 million youths. Edgar Lungu removed 30 million and gave to the youths. How are they going to share it? How much are they going to get each? Just because you heard Seer talking about the youth, and because you see that the youths have waken up, you are panicking. What was your vision for the youth before now? What did you have in mind for the youth before now? Your minister of youth was just getting salary, just like the chief bootlicker that gets salary because of leaking your boot. What is the name of that idiot? Bowman Lusambo. That one that he gets salary for leaking your boots. I'm coming to talk about that. But I'm saying, what was actually your vision for the youths before today? Okay, even if we said the money was not for the youths, the money was for the artists. Edgar Lungu, how many artists are there in Zambia? When you talk about artists, you are not talking about musicians alone. You are talking about those people that are into movie production. You are talking about artists, those people that are drawing something. You are talking. There are so many artists in Zambia, more than millions of them, and you released 30 million and gave to them. What do you want them to do with it? 30 million. 30 million. 30 million, if you translate it to dollar, you're talking about 1.5 or 1.2 or 1.3 million US dollar only. That's what you gave to your your artist. But in your leadership, you used almost 500 million kwacha, 100 million kwacha to build a toll gate. 100 million kwacha to build a toll gate. And you gave the youth 30 million. What type of a human being are you? And you want the youth to be quiet. And you want the artists to be quiet. That money actually will not even leave your coffers. There are a lot of hungry vultures around you. Cry babies already excited. You can see cry babies everywhere jumping, saying the money is not for the youth. The money is just for the artists. Cry baby is excited. He has been hungry. He's hungry. Now you have given them that money. They will eat it. It won't amount to anything. They will eat it. Believe me, if you actually see the excitement in cry baby, you will know that that money will not even reach others. Before that money gets there, people like cry baby will eat it. Because he's hungry. He's a hungry man. What do you want them to do with that money? I said it before. You don't know what you are doing. When Sata died and they asked you what vision do you have for Zambia, and you said you didn't have any vision for Zambia, we thought you were joking. Now we can see what you meant. The problem is actually ours. We are the people that are to be blamed, because we looked at a man that had no vision and carried the whole country and gave it to him. That's why he has destroyed the country completely. Completely. You are jumpy. Today, if the youths are crying, you jump to the youths. Tomorrow, the women will start crying, you jump to the women. Tomorrow, men will start crying, you jump to the men. Is that how to rule a country? You must have a plan for everyone. What was your plan for the youths before they started crying, before they started speaking out? What was your plan? You had no plan for them. Absolutely no plan for them. It's now that they are making noise. That's when you rose up and gave them 30 million. What is 30 million? Your daughter Tesila, only Tesila herself only. What is her worth today? How much that money, if you give it to Tesila, is it not a pocket money for her? You carried it and gave to, you say you are giving to the musicians. For what? Anytime I'm live, you and your people will be watching me secretly and get advice from me. Then you go and implement what I'm saying. For free. Idiots. and you pretend like you don't listen. It's only when I started talking about the artists that you have woken up. You are giving them, I'm giving you 30 million. You don't need to give them 30 million. Do you actually know how to empower the youths? You don't give them money. If you give them money, if you give them money, you have destroyed everything. They will eat it. They are hungry. You know, your cadres are hungry. Those people that are choir masters of you are hungry. That cry baby, that guy is hungry. You can see somebody that had 30 million and is excited. Is not a minister. It's nobody in PF, but he's the first person that rose to clarify, to say that 30 million is not for the youth, it's for the artist. You can see hunger is bad. What is 30 million? Most of your children there in Zambia, most of your cadres are hungry. That's why they are excited about 30 million. 30 million is nothing. You know, it's not even how to empower the youth. You empower the youth by creating something for them. For example, if you want to empower the artist, buy them a station, buy them a slot on DSTV. Pay for it. Let them go and start playing their music on DSTV. The whole world is watching. That is what is called empowerment. That's what is called empowerment. That 30 million, use it to open Mulungushi textile. Let them go and get employment. That is what is called empowerment. Don't just wake up and say, I've supported the youth with 30 million. They are hungry. They will eat it. Believe me. They are hungry. They will eat that money. They have never seen such money before. But that 30 million you are talking about is what a musician in Nigeria uses to buy gift for the girlfriend. I swear. But they are hungry because they have never seen that type of money before. They are excited. They are jumping up and down. You can see the excitement on Facebook. You can see what Cry Cry Baby is doing on Facebook. You can see that Cry Cry Baby is so excited. It's always on Facebook. Cry Cry Baby is always on Facebook clarifying the money the money is for the artist. I am the one that spoke about the artists before Edgar Lungu remembered them. I didn't say give them money. I said empower them. Empowering them does not mean give them money. Buy them a slot on DSTV. Pay for it. Let every Zambian musician be playing their music there. People in South Africa will be watching them. People in Malawi will be watching them. People in Nigeria will be watching them. People in Kenya will be watching them. The more they watch them, the more they invite them. When a musician from Zambia goes to perform in Nigeria, when he's coming back, he will come back with a lot of dollars. He will bring that money into your economy. You have empowered them, they will empower your economy. But everyone in PF is down. There is nobody in PF that reasons. If you go to Nigeria, entertainment is contributing a lot into our economy. Those things can happen to Zambia. When people are watching them, for example, I will be watching them here in South Africa. I say, wow, these guys can sing. I invite them. When they come here, I pay them in dollar. They bring that dollar to Zambia. Invest it in your economy. Your economy is growing. You have empowered them. They are empowering your economy. But the problem, everyone in PF is down. All they want is money. All they want is money. You give them, they eat. You give, as the way it is now, I think Cry Cry Baby has already made a budget of what to do because he has never seen money before. Poverty is bad. Poverty is bad. Poverty is bad. Even Edgar Lungu, the reason why he has destroyed Zambia today is because he was poor. He was poor. When you are poor and anywhere you see money, you want to get it. That's how it is. Poverty is bad. If there is any prayer you want to pray in your life, pray that you shouldn't be poor. Pray that you shouldn't be poor. If you are poor, you will steal. There is no way you will not become a thief. But if you are rich, like Hakainde Hichilema, it's difficult for you to steal. Clap your hand for Hakainde Hichilema. I'm telling you gospel truth. If you are poor, temptation is very, very easy. You are easily tempted. If you are poor, you are going to be tempted easily. Just like Edgar was poor, very poor human being. I remember the time we are helping him. Part of the money that I was using to do the work, it was mine. There was no money. That's why today the country is dead. Because when a poor man is ruling, anywhere he sees money, he will collect it. He's collecting, his family will collect, his friend will collect, everyone is collecting because they have never seen it before. Somebody that have seen money before, we never bother. What is 30 million? What Edgar Lungu, what is 30 million to empower the youths? What is 30 million to empower the artists? You play with them. You don't have vision. You are watching Seer 1. Today I'm talking about the youth. Tomorrow you are going to say you are empowering them. And that one who call himself Dora Siliya, she go to the street and pick up some clueless children and gather them and say, I'm having a discussion with the youths. Which youths? Which youths? Which youths, Dora Siliya? Those people, when you are talking to them, they are shivering. They don't know what to say. Those are the people you call youths. And you are deceiving yourselves. The same idea you used to destroy MMD is the same idea you brought to PF. And PF is going down together with you. I'm telling HH, please. You see these idiots that are in PF now. Don't allow any of them to be in your leadership next year. Never. Don't allow them. Don't allow any of them to be in your leadership. Don't. Believe me, Zambia would have been a great country. But it has been destroyed by PF, completely destroyed. Everything is destroyed. Everything is gone down. Everything is destroyed because of PF. Lack of visionary, lack of leadership, they are so greedy in corruption. So greedy in corruption. That's why they are going to be having confusion. I will never leave them until they lose election next year. That's when they will realize what is going on in the party. As for now, none of them know what is going on. None of them know what is going on in PF. Not even one person know what is going on in PF. They are struggling to restore. They have called pastors. They have called witch doctors. They have called everybody to restore peace. There will not be peace there. Until you lose election next year, there will not be peace. Because you are corrupt. Because you have been rejected. Because you are being rejected. I came here today to tell Zambian people that it's a shame that a country that you used to laugh at, Malawi, is a country that you are looking up to today. Why? Because of corruption. Your leader is the Jagaban of corruption. Everything in Zambia now, if you are a Zambian, you are afraid. When you see foreigner, you start shaking. It was Chinese. Chinese came and they are treating Zambia anyhow they want. Today I'm reading on the news. The owner of what is called, is it Chicago's? The owner of Chicago's had the audacity to undermine a whole mayor of a city. What type of leadership is this? Mayor of a city, actually, mayor of a city in my country, in Nigeria, mayors are like governors. A president actually respects the mayor of a city. A president respects the mayor of a city. But because of corruption in PF, a mayor is not respected. A mayor says this shop is closed. And foreigner said it's not going to be closed. Why? Because of corruption. PF is all about corruption. Imagine how Zambia was going to be with PF for another 5 years. Another 5 good years with PF. Believe me, anywhere you see anybody from PF, you must lie on the floor for them to pass. I feel pity. Ask me your question. Give me your questions. Seer one is so enlightened. Thank you. Give me your question. Is there any question you want to ask me? Today I was reading a letter from the president. I saw it on Facebook. A letter from the president where the president is saying, I'm not going to fire Chilufya because he's still not proven guilty. Do you think that a court in Zambia, as rotten as Zambia government is today, can convict a sitting government official? It's not possible. What happened to Amos Chanda? What happened to Amos Chanda? Eddie Galungu, you fired Amos Chanda before he was proven guilty. You fired Chishimba Kambwiri before he was proven guilty. What is special about Chilufya? There will be something very soon. Very soon. You will tell us what you see in corruption. You will tell us. Believe me, next year, I believe that the President Hakainde Hichilema is watching what his friend is doing in Malawi. He must watch what his friend is doing in Malawi. Immediately he took office, he stripped off the immunity of the former president, Mutarika. Strip it off and start arresting the officials, corrupt people. They must go to jail and return the money they stole from the people. That's what you must do, Hakainde Hichilema. That's what you must do when you take over power next year. Zambian people are suffering because of massive corruption in PF. That's what you must do. You must do it. You must immediately you take over, strip him off his immunity and let him face the consequences. The case of Amos Chanda must be revisited. The case of Zinda Basoko must be revisited. The case of Rupia Banda must be revisited. Even the case of that, all of them must be revisited. Zambia cannot continue losing billions for nothing. They can't continue losing billions for nothing. As I'm talking to you today, Zambia is a house of pornography for foreigners. I swear. Zambia, for foreigners, there are a lot of them there making pornography with young girls. And government is not doing anything about it. Young girls are making pornography. A lot of them in lodges, in hotels. And they can't do anything about it. The only thing they can do is, this one is a false prophet, deport him. This one is a false prophet, deport him. This one is a Bushiri, is a false prophet, he will not come to our country. You Betenje, false prophet, he will not come to our country. Jeremiah, he will not come to our country. That is what crime is there? Foreigners are making pornography in your country. They are using young girls. They are sleeping with young girls and producing pornography and updating it, and they are not doing anything about it. The foreigners that are destroying your country, foreigners that are disobeying the mayor, disobeying the government, you don't do anything to them. But if it's innocent people like us, you want to deport us. Idiots. That woman that called herself the minister of religious affairs, what are you doing? You didn't see what Kaiser Zulu wrote today. I've not heard you release a comment about that. You didn't see it. You didn't see that Chinese have turned your people to slaves. You can't make a comment about that. If it's Seer, just Seer, for me, just to worship what I want to worship, just to be free and do what I want to do, to be free and perform my miracle, then you say it's a Satanist, you must leave our country. What did I do? If I did something wrong in your country, what did the Bushiri do? If Bushiri did something wrong in your country, what did you Betenje do? If you Betenje did something bad in your country, what did Jeremiah do? You are an idiot. That post that they gave to you, that post that they gave to you, and you are getting money, that money will take you to hell. That salary that you are collecting for doing nothing, that salary that you are collecting for doing evil, that salary that you are collecting for doing nothing, that salary is going to kill you. You call yourself a woman of religious affairs ministry. What are you religious in? What do you know about religion? You are seated there. PF is now campaigning all over the country. That's why I also say they are stupid people. They don't even understand. They don't even reason. They don't have advisors. They behave like chicken without head. How can you start campaigning now when the election is next year? All those people that you are giving money, you are giving chitenge, you are giving all those things, they will eat it and still vote for you PND. You don't learn something from MMD. MMD campaigned like crazy people. MMD spent billions campaigning. They still lost the election. You don't learn something. Those money you are wasting now, why are you wasting them? Keep them. You will need them next year for court fee. Nobody will pay your court fee for you. You will need them. Stop spending them. You are not winning. Religious affairs minister, that useless woman, that idiot, that woman, you are there. PF is campaigning, and PF is saying there is COVID. PF is saying there is corona. They are campaigning alone. You cannot sit them down and tell them that what you are doing to opposition is not good. When opposition want to go, just to go and do visiting, they will be arrested. They will be prevented. They will say there is corona. Your president goes and they gather thousands. Nothing happens. And you are there. You are not saying anything. Mama, you are an idiot. You are, Mama, that money you are collecting for free, that money that Zambian taxpayers' money. You are eating it, and you call yourself a woman of God. Did you see what happened in Malawi, where the judge said, "No, I really don't deserve this post." That is what is called a child of God. Not you. You are a fool. You are a daughter of Satan. Eh? You can't sit down with PF and tell them what you are doing is not good. What you are doing is bad. Why are you a religious minister? You are just a religious minister to point who is a false prophet, who is not a false prophet, who is a false prophet, who is not a false, and you are eating money. That money is going to kill you. That money, you vomit it next year. You are a mama of corruption. You are a mama of corruption. You are a mother of corruption. That's what you are. That post that Edgar Lungu created for you. If you are a child of God, if you are born again, you are just going to tell him, no, it's not necessary. I am going to waste people's money for nothing. But you went there. You are there. Corona is all over in Zambia, according to you. But your president is campaigning up and down. His ministers are campaigning up and down. That chief bootlicker, the one that gets paid for licking the boot of the president, Bowman Lusambo, an anointed bootlicker, a fool at 40. That one he gets paid. People of the world, you are watching me today. There is a minister in Zambia that gets paid for licking the boot of the president. Highly personified bootlicker. He gets paid for licking the boot of the president. Anywhere he goes, he campaigns. He gathers hundreds of people. And mama corruption that call yourself the women, religious affairs minister, you don't tell them to stop campaigning. If that be the case, allow everybody to campaign. Allow also UPND to go and campaign. Allow NDC to go and campaign. Why are you campaigning alone? Election that is sure that you are going to lose next year. Election that you are aware that you are losing. Election that you have lost already. Why are you campaigning? Mama corruption. Foolish woman. A fool at 60. You can only fight prophets. Any prophet that rises up in Zambia, you fight that person. I've never seen you fight Muslim. There are Muslims there. Muslims don't believe in Jesus. They do their own thing. They do their Allah. They do their own thing. You don't fight them. In every post in Zambia, you are seeing witch doctors saying, we are doing penis enlargement. We are doing abortion. We are doing this. You don't fight them. But once somebody rises as a prophet in Zambia, you bring that person down. Mama Jezebel. Female version of Nebuchadnezzar. Next year, you will cry. You will cry. Believe me. You will cry. You see what PF are doing to my Sampa today. Mama Jezebel, Mama corruption. Religious affairs minister, fool. You see what they are doing to Mao Sampa today. You can't release a statement. You can't tell them to give support to Mao Sampa. You can't. If he's a prophet that is doing, the reason why prophets are not progressing in Zambia, the reason why men and women of God in Zambia are local champions is because of you. If any one of them rises, you bring them down. You find a way to destroy them. Mama corruption. Mama corruption. Assistant corrupt leader. Mama corruption. Next year, you are going to suffer. You will not have job. You will not, because that your ministry is useless. A ministry that does nothing than fighting men and women of God. It's a useless ministry. If you are wise, you can see that they have finished all the money in government. All the money is gone. There is no money. As I'm talking to you today, people are crying. Council workers are crying. They are going for months without being paid. If you are a woman of God like you claim, if you are a woman of God, you would have resigned so that they will use that money they waste on that your useless ministry. They will use that money and pay the workers that are really working. People are working. Every morning they wake up, they take their bath, they go and work. At the end of the month, they will not get paid. But you are getting paid for doing nothing, together with the chief bootlicker. That one that have decided to transfer bootlick into his innocent children. Children that don't know anything. Children that they have come in this world and they already cursed. They just came in this world and they didn't know that they were coming to somebody like Bowman Lusambo. They didn't know. If they knew that they were coming to get a name of bootlicking, they would never come. They have inherited. Name is powerful. They have been inherited. The way Bowman Lusambo is licking the feet of Edgar Lungu is the same way his children will lick the feet of children of Edgar Lungu. What type of rubbish is this? What type of nonsense is this? Why must somebody get paid for licking boot? That's the type of leadership in Zambia. What kind of leadership is this in Zambia? What is wrong? What is wrong? Children have come. Children have inherited bootlicking because of a stupid father that has nothing upstairs apart from bootlicking. What kind of rubbish is this? What kind of leadership is there in Zambia? And the thing with Edgar Lungu, anytime you are a leader and you enjoy being praised like God, you want to be praised like God, the people that praise you are the people that you bring close to you. That is the time you are going down. I'm telling you, all the people that tell Edgar Lungu truth in PF, they are nobody. All of them are nobody. All of them are doing nothing. But those that are licking his boot, those that are licking his corrupt shoes, those are the people that are close to him. What advice is Bowman Lusambo going to give to Edgar Lungu? If he has transferred bootlick into innocent children, children that don't know anything, they have just come on earth, they wake up tomorrow and grow up and see themselves answering Edgar Lungu, Esther Lungu. They will ask themselves, what is this name for? They will tell them that your father, because he was a bootlicker, he gave you a bootlicking name. Stupid decision. What is going on? What is going on in Zambia? What is really happening in Zambia? Everything is shattered. Everything is destroyed. Everything. Let me see a Zambian again laughing at Malawi. Today, Malawi is laughing at Zambia. Everything was okay. Everything was okay. Everything was going well in Zambia. Today, government want to borrow money from IMF. They call it emergency relief. The one you borrowed before, the bond that you borrowed before, what did you do with it? All the money that you have been borrowing from China, you want to run to IMF. China is no longer giving you money because you can't pay China. Now you want to run to IMF. Even if IMF give to you, what are you going to do with it? Few people will eat it. Zambian people will continue suffering. The best country in the world, a country with vast natural resources, but thief, armed robbery, daylight corruption has destroyed the country. Tomorrow I am going to the studio by Limpopo TV there. The TV station that we have launched today is already on DSTV. I will show you. You are going to see chili in your eye. You see those villages where you say the people in town, now they know our corruption. Lusaka people know our corruption. Copper Belt people, they know our corruption. Let us concentrate in the rural area. You'll be shocked. Rural area, they watch me on TV telling them how corrupt you are. Corrupt fools. People that are getting salary for doing nothing. Getting salary for doing nothing. A president without a vision. It's so shocking that today a president is saying, I'm releasing 30 million to empower the youth. After 6 good years in office. And you think that I just feel sorry for some of those youths that are excited. There are some of those youths that are happy. Our president has blessed us. Our president, he didn't bless you. What is 30 million? 30 million is nothing. That's why I tell you, as a Zambian youth, travel. Sometimes leave Zambia and travel. Sometimes leave Zambia and go to another country and see what is happening in another country. 30 million is a chicken change. 30 million is what somebody used to buy a car for the girlfriend. Edgar Lungu release it to the youths just because the youths, their eyes are open. I'm empowering the artist. I'm empowering the artist with 30 million, and you want them to clap for you. Tassila alone, how much is Tassila worth? Tassila Lungu. How much is Tassila worth? Is Tassila not more than 30 million? What is 30 million to Tassila? Why you don't give it to Tassila alone? Because she's already rich. All your children are very rich. We know them. We know what they benefited from. We will talk very, very soon. You will know that we are wiser than you. Nonsense. I give the youth 30 million. Then you want them to start jumping. I give the artists. And of course, some stupid among them, stupid fools among them are already jumping. Every day, Cry Baby is live on Facebook. I don't know who taught him how to go live on Facebook. Every minute is on Facebook. He's happy. That money, he will not even see it. Me, I know Edgar Lungu. Edgar Lungu is a toko. It's a promise and fail. It's a jagaban of lie. Jagaban of corruption. The same way he promised to open Mulungushi Textile. The same way he promised to create 500,000 jobs. The same way he promised to do this and do that and he didn't do it. That's the same way the money will go. He's so greedy. He's not giving to you. Even if he will give to you, it's because he's watching me now. He wants to remove shame from his face. I know him. You are excited because of 30 million. 30 million. Edgar promise and you believe. So, the person who taught Cry Baby how to use a Facebook has made a very big mistake because he's too happy. You can see he's too happy. He just said 30 million. People that have seen money before, when they hear 30 million, it look like nothing. Ask me your question, let me answer. I don't know who taught him how to do Facebook Live. That person made a very big mistake. Travel and see and know. You must travel. You must travel. You must actually go to Nigeria. I'm telling you, those of you that say Nigeria is this, what you see on TV. One thing you must know about us and media, especially foreign media, is that foreign media will never show you good part of Africa. Al Jazeera will never show you nice places. If you want Al Jazeera to come and cover Zambia, they will go to the compound and cover Zambia. They will not go to Manda Hill. They will not go to Arcades. They will not go to Levy Park. They will not go to nice place. They will go to places like Mississippi compound. They will go to Chiboya. They will go to Mtendere. That's where they will go and cover. The same way as Nigeria. If you tell Al Jazeera or BBC or CNN to come and cover Nigeria, they will go and cover villages. They will never tell you that there is actually Nigeria is the only country that has the most number of people that have private jets. They will never show you Ikoyi. They will never show you Banana Island. They will never show you. They will never show. They will never show you. They will never show you. They will show you bad things about Africa. So when you are watching, you will not even know. You will say, Nigeria is bad. Travel. Go to Nigeria. When I say go to Nigeria, don't just go to Ikotun and say you have got. Go to Nigeria. Go to Abuja. Travel. Zambian people, leave your country. Go to South. When you tell Al Jazeera to show you South Africa, they will go to Soweto. They will never show you something. They will never tell you that actually South Africa is more beautiful than so many countries in Europe. They will never tell you. So if you don't travel, you will not see. If you don't travel, you will not see. That's why many of you Zambians are jealous of the ladies that are traveling. When you see a lady traveling, say, I'm going to Dubai, you say they are going for prostitution. That's why you will not grow up. When you see a lady traveling to say, I'm going to Malaysia, no, they are going for prostitution. You must also stand up and start prostituting if traveling is all about prostitution. Because you can't just be born in Zambia and die in Zambia. How are you going to explore the world? You must rise up and start exploring the world. Leave your country. Leave your country. Travel. Travel. Take a journey. Even to ordinary Tanzania, there go. Ordinary Namibia, there go. Don't just wake up, you are born in Zambia and you die in Zambia. It means you don't know what you are doing. Travel. Start traveling. If you are traveling, believe me, you will know what is happening in Africa. You are there in Zambia, like for example, many of you are saying Chela was arrested. Many of you are saying Chela will go to prison. Chela will go to jail. Go to jail for what? Chela was not even supposed to be arrested because he committed a libel crime. The people he mentioned were supposed to sue him. He was not even supposed to spend time in jail because he was not corrupt. He didn't steal anything. He just spoke. That's why I'm begging Edgar Lungu to come here and sue me in International Criminal Court. Let me teach him how to be a human being. Let me teach him law because he's a charge and bail lawyer. He's a jaka lawyer. He's a lawyer of charge and bail. He don't understand law. That's why I'm begging them. We are going to sue Seer. Sue me. Let me teach you something. If you don't travel, you will not know your right. You will just think that everything is okay in Zambia. It doesn't end in Zambia. Learn to travel. Learn to leave your country and travel to another person's country. You can see Cry Baby saying Seer is in exile. Meaning he doesn't know what exile is. Because he doesn't travel. He doesn't. He just enter bus here and come to South Africa and become a backup singer and go back and call himself a human being. They know nothing. You must travel. You must travel. Please, begin to travel. When you travel, you learn something. Ask me your questions. Ask me your questions. He's a charge and bail lawyer. Edgar Lungu is Mr. Ibu lawyer. He know nothing. And that's why I'm saying sue me so that you come here. Me, I will come with lawyers just for lawyer's sake. But I want to sit down and talk for you to see on camera, for the whole world to see that the guy know nothing about law. Together with his lawyers in Zambia, they know nothing. Together with his advisors, they know nothing. If he knows something, he cannot just watch me and start empowering the youth by giving them 30 million. No. If he was wise, if I was to advise him, even for 1 week, Zambia will be London. It's very simple. You don't need to carry 30 million and give to the youth and say you have empowered the youth. That is rubbish. You shouldn't even announce because you know that you have failed for 6 good years. The next thing you are supposed to do is to open a TV station for them. That is a very big investment. Open a TV station for them. Those guys have talent. Slap D, Mac 2, Pilato, B-Flow, all these musicians, they have serious talent. Open a TV station for them and put it on DSTV. Let it be an international TV station. Let people watch and invite them. The more they are going to other people's country, the more they are bringing dollars into your country, the more your country is growing. The more the GDP is growing, the more they are contributing to the economy. And the more is happening, and the more others are seeing how prospered they are, others will join music, others will join act, others will start acting. That way you empower the youths. Empower millions of them at once. But you carry 30,000 and give them. Just look at the son of the house, Cry Baby. Just look at the excitement. It's not a PF spokesperson. In fact, it's nothing. It's just an idiot. A fly that follows. If Bowman Lusambo has 20 rand, he will follow Bowman Lusambo. Phew! If Tishimbakamburi is having 20 rand, he follows Tishimbakamburi. Phew! Even today, if a church managed to release 10 rand for him, you follow a church. Phew! Because he doesn't have. Cry Baby don't have. Edgar Lungu. Okay. Give me your question. Talk about the issue of national NRS. I'm following. I saw where the district commissioner was issuing the NRC on Luapula somewhere there. This is why I say, why is Edgar Lungu down? Why are people that are advising him very down? I think he must, the same way he has gone to contract people that are going to advise them on debt repayment, he should also go and contract people that have sense. There is no one in PF that has sense. If there is anyone in PF that has sense, let me explain something to you. In 2015, Edgar Lungu won election because of Satan. People voted for him because of Satan, not because of him. In 2016, people voted for him because of Satan. Because people said, 1 year is not enough. Let's give him a chance to complete the project of Satan. They voted for him in 2016. Few people. This is 2020, and next year is 2021. Edgar Lungu won election with just 100,000 votes, few 100,000 votes. Tell me today, as it is, how many teachers are unemployed in Zambia that are looking for opportunity to vote out Edgar Lungu? Answer that question. There are thousands, right? Okay, tell me how many council workers are going months without being paid? There are thousands, right? Okay, tell me how many disgruntled youths in Lusaka alone that are waiting to vote next year? Are they not in hundreds of thousands? Lusaka alone, let's not talk about Copper Belt. Are they not in thousands? Okay, tell me, those retirees and their family that have been crying for years without getting their salaries, are they not in thousands, hundreds of thousands? Edgar Lungu is going to lose next year's election in millions. You saw how Malawi president lost. Me, I don't joke. When I tell you something, believe it. I analyze something physically and I analyze it spiritually. When I tell you somebody is not going anywhere, take my word. I said it in Malawi and it happened. I'm saying it with Edgar Lungu. Edgar Lungu's family will not even vote for him. Just this little analysis that I've given to you. How many nurses finished school and they are not employed? Are they not in thousands? All these people are not going to vote for Edgar Lungu. Even if today I stop talking until next year election, Edgar Lungu is going to lose terribly. I'm telling you, how many people are crying because of corruption in the whole country? Edgar Lungu won election with only 100,000. And with all the spiritual manipulation, physical manipulation, which will not happen again next year. Tell me how Edgar Lungu is going to win election. Even if Edgar Lungu goes to Luapula and register all the people in Luapula and issue them a NRC, he will still not win. What I've said it before. This one, even if you don't want to believe me in the spiritual perspective, believe me in the physical perspective. Edgar Lungu won election with 100,000 votes only. Then I'm asking you, how many teachers are looking for employment and they are not getting employment? Most of them want to be employed and they are telling them to pay bribe. They are crying, their families are crying. You think they wake up and bath to go and vote for Edgar Lungu next year? Follow my analysis very, very well. This one is a physical analysis. Forget about spiritual things. Retirees are in thousands. Their families are in thousands. Do you think they will vote for Edgar Lungu next year? Disgruntled youth, how many are there? Are there not millions? You think they will vote for Edgar Lungu next year? If Edgar Lungu is wise, if he was wise, if I was him, if I was advising him, I was just going to tell him to step down. Because he's going to be embarrassed next year. Believe me, he will lose a way that he has never. They may try everything to rig. Even if you register all the people in prison, how many are there? How many are there? The vote next year, the election next year is not between UPND and PF, or between PF and NDC, or between PF and the AD. No, it's between the people of Zambia that are suffering and the AD. I know that next year, during the election, they will remove load shedding. They will try to put things in order. But the handwriting is on the wall. That's why I'm saying all those money that you are spending going to campaign now, reserve those money. You will need them to pay lawyers next year. I've made my analysis. You will see it for yourself. Okay, come and tell me. Ask me questions. Who are you? I am Seer one. Talk about prisoners to vote. Whether prisoners vote, they don't vote, they are gone. They are gone. Even PF people today want to vote. Even that thing they are calling B10. There are a lot of PF MPs that I know that are talking to me today. They will not vote for B10. That's why I don't know why people are scared of B10. PF MPs will not vote for B10. Forget it. PF people are crying. PF people are suffering. The people that fought for PF, the people that suffered for PF, the people that did everything for PF, they are suffering. The people that are enjoying PF are people that came to hijack it. Hijackers. Those are people that are benefiting in PF. Others are not benefiting. Look at the bootlicker. The one that does bootlicking for a living. Those are the people that are benefiting. That's why he's close to the president. That's why he's able to name innocent children that know nothing about anything. He has already given them a case. Okay, you have called them Edgar Lungu. Edgar Lungu, you don't know his character. What about your TV station? My TV station is already launched today. After this program, scan your TV, scan your DSTV decoder. We are now on DSTV. Tomorrow, we are going on free to air for people to watch it worldwide. I am a Jagaban. I told you 1st of July I will do it, and it's there already. Do you see HH making a part with Chishimbakambwe? Of course, they must come together. Not only Chishimbakambwe, all the opposition must come together. I know whether they come together or they don't come together, PF is gone next year, but they must come together and work together. Talk about Zambia National House of Prayer. That's a useless thing. That's stupidity. Prayer for what? And I hear Zambia is a Christian nation. There is no country that is a Christian nation. God does not call country. God call individual. Salvation is personal. You can never force a whole country to be Christian. It's a lie. If Zambia is a Christian nation, what are Muslims doing in Zambia? There are witch doctors in Zambia. What are they doing in Zambia? There is nothing like a Christian nation. There is no country on earth, not even Israel, that is a Christian nation. That is useless. That is an idea of timid people. That is an idea of slavery. You can never force the whole country to worship God because you are convinced that Christians will go to heaven and Muslims will go to hell. It means you are mad. You are mad. If you put Christianity ahead of Muslim, you put Christianity ahead of other religion, it means you are mad. Believe me. It means you are mad. How about our forefathers that didn't accept Jesus? You are telling me they have gone to hell. Billions of them, they have gone to hell. How big is that hell? If that hell existed, by now it is already full. It's full to capacity because billions of people have gone there according to your religion. If there is hell and our forefathers that didn't accept Jesus have gone to hell, then let's forget about hell because hell is full. It's already full to capacity. That's rubbish. There is no country on earth that's supposed to answer Christian nation. God does not call country. God calls individual. That's why the Bible says, I go and knock at your door. If you hear and open, I will enter. It didn't say I'm going to convert the whole country. It's a lie. Why is our vice president mute these days? That one is our own concern. As old as she is, these are the people that are supposed to be directing the country how it's supposed to be. But her, she's being babysitted. She's not saying anything. She's watching the whole country, a nice country that was coming up to be the best country in the world, that was coming up to be the best country in Africa, being destroyed by Edgar Lungu, and she's quiet. And she calls herself Mama Vice President. That's rubbish. Come, give me your question. Yes, this is live. Give me a question. Why do you always talk about Zambia and who is going to win 2021 election? I talk about Zambia because I love Zambia so much, and I was part of Zambia. I was there. I cannot talk about the countries that I don't know anything about their politics. I don't know anything about their leaders. I talk about Zambia because I know them and they know me. We they put song together for Zambia. Harry, God bless you. God calls individual, not country. God does not call countries. It's not possible. God calls individuals. There is no country that will say we are a Christian nation. It's rubbish. It's nonsense. Millie J, yes, Papa, God bless you. Papa, the president want to pay bill for all the civil servants. That's useless. You don't know your president. That's the problem. Your president is a talkaholic. Promiser. He will promise heaven and earth because now he's desperate to win election next year, which is not going to win. Get ready for promise. He's even going to tell you that Zambian people, I am going to make you Dubai of Africa next year. You get ready for fake promises. He's failing to pay the retirees. 6 years in office. He failed to empower the youths. The youth minister, that idiot, had the gall to come on TV and say, this is when we are planning for the youths. Can you imagine? After 6 good years. Anyway, Papa, can you please kill them? I'm not going to kill them. They must be alive next year and cry. I want to see how they cry. When HH wins, are you going to visit Zambia? I'm not going to visit Zambia. What should I comment? What am I going to come and do in Zambia? I've said it before. Business, visit, church, you will not see my leg in Zambia. If I just said it without taking an oath with Godfather, I may change my mind. But since I've told you that in the name of Godfather, I'm not coming to Zambia. I'm not. You will never see me there. The president released 30 million for the artist. That's stupidity. Okay, you have released 30 million for the artist. Meaning the whole artist in Zambia. A toll gate, Michael Chulufesata toll gate is better than them. What more than them? Fire truck. All the whole artists in Zambia is equal to one fire truck in Zambia. I don't know. Anybody who advised Edgar Lungu must resign also. You have destroyed that man's image. Him also, I thought he was wise. He just jump up and down like a crocodile that left the water. Anyway, through Jagaban, why are you quiet sometimes? Sometimes I'm doing a lot of things. You know, we are monitoring the election of Malawi, making sure that opposition wins the election. Just come and visit when a church wins. No, I'm not going to come there. And people are saying, no, Siawan is talking because he don't want his prophecy over Zambia to fail. I don't care. If I prophesy, it fails. That's not my concern. I've prophesied before it fails. I'm still tall. I'm still eating. I'm still talking. It's not my concern. If I prophesy, it doesn't come to pass. You will not come and slap me. When I talk, I know what I'm talking about. Tell them, my guy, God bless you. You have opened the eyes of Zambia and Africa, especially when it comes to religion. People have waken up from slumber. God bless you. Thank you. The level of knowledge in you is too much. Okay, God bless you. People want to give you heroes welcome, but unfortunately, I'm not going to come to Zambia. Seer one, you've killed me with laughter. I'm sorry for that, Christabel. Why is he not paying retirees their money? He's failing to pay retirees their money, and he's saying he wants to take over loans. Stupidity. The joke, the Zambia, you know, that guy actually is us. It's all of us that are contributed to what is going on. That man openly said, I don't have vision. I do not have vision for the country. And we made him, we carried the country and gave to him. That's why we are suffering what we are suffering today. Let me say something. Zambia will be rich. Zambia will be, if I tell you the amount of money that is politicians are looting and sending abroad, you will not believe it. Edgar Lungu, we have seen him. That one is a papa corruption. That one is a jagaban of corruption. Because people just loot money and they know nothing is going to happen. Like, look at Chilifia Chitalo. Chilifia Chitalo is is clear. Even Chilifia Chitalo was talking to him the other day, saying you collected 200. It's clear. A person that carried the contract and award the country, a company that never existed, the president is saying, no, I'm not going to fire him. Okay, His Excellency. Jagaban of corruption. If you don't want to fire him, suspend him. If you suspend him, law enforcement agencies will now have the audacity to interrogate him. You can see the one that was, I don't know if it's the spokesperson for the ACC. The day he was giving a statement that they arrested Chilifia Chitalo, he was shaking, he was fidgeting. You can see he was not comfortable. Imagine Chilifia Chitalo was not there. And he was giving a press briefing. He was shaking like he soaked in cold water. And he was shaking. He was not comfortable. Imagine what will happen when he faces Chilifia Chitalo. You think he can be able to interrogate him? If you don't want to fire him because it's a speculation, suspend him. Give way for proper investigation. His Excellency, humble man. Give us your question, please. But you once said that you are going to come to Zambia. I said I'm not coming. I discovered that men and women of God were Ivanka, Bianca, adopt me, please. I will. I discovered that men and women of God were shaking. And even Mr. Simon, he said when HH win election, Seer1 will come and people in Zambia will worship Seer1. I'm not God. I'm not Godfather. I don't deserve to be worshipped. Just because of that, I said I'm not coming. I don't want men and women of God to feel uncomfortable saying, Seer1 will come back here and take over our church. When I was in Zambia, let me use the opportunity to address this. I heard a cry baby say Seer1 was being kept by a woman. And many people were asking me that question. Cry baby says Seer1 was being kept by a woman. When I was in Zambia, I didn't have a wife. The woman is talking about, is he my wife? My mother was not in Zambia. My mother did not step her foot in Zambia. Or who? Cry baby says Seer1 was broke. In Zambia alone, I want to show you things. Watch this. I want to show you these things. Many of you don't know who Seer1 is. Many of you don't know who Jagaban is. Let me show you something a little bit that happened when I was in Zambia. Where are they saved? When I was in Zambia, if you see that my Range Rover that Kings drives, don't send me a message, because if you send me a message, people will read your message and they will start posting it and start fighting you. They say, this is my Range Rover. This is the car that Kings is driving today. This is my compound in Zambia. I littered my compound with fleets of cars. Fleets of cars, including this Range Rover that Kings is driving today. This one, that is it. This Range Rover was bought here in South Africa because this is customized. It's not a regular Range Rover. It's customized Range Rover. Was bought here in South Africa by Bongani Holdings. It's not even ordinary Range Rover. Look at it. Look at it. And Kings today is saying Seer 1 was being kept by a woman. Let me show you another thing. He says Seer 1 was broke. This was in October 2006. I gave out 4 good cars. This is not today. Just look at that. Look at that. I gave out 4 good cars. And these are the cars. That is me there. That is me there. That is Seer 1 there. I gave out this car, including this BMW. At a point, I gave Kings Malembe this BMW to use it to campaign for Edgar Lungu, the Jagaban of corruption. I gave out 4 good cars. This was 2016. Look at the date. Look at the date again. Look at the date. Okay, I want to show you something again. In 2017, this is Mwebantu News Media. This is Mwebantu News Media. This is 1st April 2017. 1st April 2017. In Zambia, I had the single largest congregation. The single largest congregation. There was no church in Zambia that could compete with me in crowd. The offering from a Sunday service can feed cry babies generation. If I wanted a single offering. Me, I don't like to accuse people. I don't like to talk things that do not exist. I always love to say the truth. Okay, here, this is my house. This thing appeared on Mweband. In Zambia, I had so much money that I used to pack hundreds of thousands of kwacha to go to the street and give to street people. Mwebantu social media is aware of what I'm talking about. He can bear me witness because he was carrying these stories. Seer 1 was broke. Seer 1 was being kept by a woman. This is Seer 1. Seer 1 was a multi-millionaire in Zambia. I don't like to brag. I don't even love to talk about all these things. Okay, cry baby. Who is this person here? Who is that person? Who is that person? Cry baby was following me all over like a fly. Anywhere I go, Kings will follow me. He never had food. I was giving him food. He never had clothes. I was giving him clothes. Look at him. Is that not a cry baby there? That is me and cry baby. All the men of God in Zambia rejected him. I accepted him. I accepted him. Today he says Seer 1 was broke. People of God, somebody that was having the largest congregation in Zambia, are you telling me that I can fail to keep myself? There was no man of God that was richer than me in Zambia. That is him there. He was following me. Even here in South Africa, I have retrieved a footage where even when I was deported, he followed me to my lodge in Rustenburg with a lady called Rachel. Rachel is a living witness. I think she's watching now. Kings only survive by bootlicking. Everybody in Zambia, men and women of God, we are calling Seer one is a Satanist. He is always coming to me to say, even if you're a Satanist, give me money. I used to give him money. That's why he was following me up and down. Cry, baby. This is my house in Zambia. That is me there. I used to play with cars. That's my machines there. So tell me, can a person like this, those of you who know Seer one in Zambia, my members will tell you that Seer one is a money player. I carry money in my boot, in the boot of my car. I go to the street, I give to people. I carry money, I give to people. I was helping people. I spent millions of money helping people. So when you say Seer one was being kept by a woman, I managed to secure 2,000 tickets for you, for your music, for the launch of your music. I bought it. And everyone know. So why talking about Seer one? I don't want to talk about fools like kings. He's so hungry, he's so poor. Even if you see the curtain, just look at the curtain in his house, you can see that this guy is really suffering. Look at the setting in his house, Just also take a look at the way he's excited about the 30 million. You will know that the guy is poor. I have cursed his music. I have destroyed his music completely. You can just sing from here to it will end on Facebook. It will not go anywhere until I'm done with him. Anybody I'm working on, anyone that I'm working on, oh, forget. Even Jesus will not deliver that person. Forget. Kings is gone. It's poor. It's a cry. It's a look at him. When you look at him, you will know that there is poverty is too strong in him. So I've answered this question because so many people were disturbing me. Kings is saying a woman was kept you. Which woman can keep me? The money only that I was getting from politicians. Anyway, give me your questions again. Yes, Papa, you used to drop money on the street. I used to drop money on the street. I used to throw money around on the street, give people money, take. What is money? I had it. Listen, I've said it before. I've even told Zambian government to investigate me. Go to Zanaco Bank. Zanaco Bank, that one in Twin Palm. Ask them about Seer one. I used to carry money in plastic. I don't like, if I talk now, it will look like I'm boasting. I don't like boasting. I am a person that love people. I love to be humble. I don't like to boast. Do you wish you were a Zambian? No. If I was a Zambian, I was going to be a president by now. Because the people that are ruling Zambia know nothing. Like Edgar Lungu, know nothing. Talk about J. Israel. How about J. Israel? I don't watch his program. Anybody that take it upon himself to expose men and women of God is looking for an attention. It's an attention seeker. You can never expose men and women of God. It's not possible. You can't expose men and women of God. There is no way. What are you going to say about men of God? Oh, men of God are sleeping with other women. And so what? David was sleeping with women. And he was still a man after God's own heart. If you read your Bible very well, the Bible says the day he died, they brought a virgin to him to check if he can wake up because of a virgin. God does not use us because of our righteousness. No, men of God are faking miracles. And so what? How it's easy for you to believe that Jesus walked on water. Were you there? Why do you believe it? How did you know that it's not fake? How did you know that those people that wrote that thing are saying the truth? They say Jesus spoke to 5,000 men and fed 5,000 men. How did he manage to speak to them without microphone? And you believed it because a white man wrote it. If men of God are faking miracle and these things are happening, let them continue faking. If men of God are faking prophecies, clap your hand. By the way, these people, these Nollywood actors that are acting Nigerian movies, when they finish acting, they become millionaires. They become trillionaires. They get a lot of money. And even they win award. And we clap for them for acting very, very well. Why don't you clap for men of God for acting very, very well? What is different between acting of a man of God and acting of the people you clap for? People get paid for acting. So if men of God are acting and faking miracle, you must clap hand for them because they are acting very well. That's rubbish. I don't subscribe to somebody that speak evil against men and women of God. To me personally, I don't talk about anybody. If I talk about you, it means you started me. I don't just wake up and start. So anyone you see criticizing, like J. Israel, who is saying we used to fake miracle, and so what? And so what? How are you sure that Jesus did not fake walking on water? How are you sure? Because he's a white man, you believe it. Bonke came here all the way from Germany and millions of people gather. And they say he performed miracle and he will believe it because he's a white man. Benny he removed his suit, he pour it on people and people are falling. We clap for him because he's a white man. If a black man does it, you say it's fake. You are an idiot. You are a fool. J. Israel was asking me for power. It's me who's, I told Godfather, this guy want power. We charge him $3,000. He was asking me for power. We charge him $3,000 to give him supernatural power. He couldn't pay it. Then he want to rise up and say, this man of God is fake. This man of God is fake. He's looking for attention. He doesn't have a church. His church has collapsed. Believe me, if Bushiri is faking miracle and the things are happening, why don't clap for him? If Aflokawu is acting miracle, what he's doing is fake, why don't clap for him? He's not the only one acting. Actors act and get paid. Then how come men of God act? You come and fight them. Anyone that speak against men and women of God is an idiot. Men of God are sleeping with women. You want them to sleep with men so that you call them gay. They are human beings. If they can't control themselves, that's their own concern. You don't have the right to talk against it. Because even you do. You do. J. Israel is a fucker. J. Israel, there is not... Forget, I don't even want to talk about that idiot. I don't have time. I talk about countries. I don't have time to talk about somebody that doesn't have a ministry. He doesn't have a ministry. So don't tell me J. Israel mentioned my name. He's asking me for power. Somebody who is asking me for power. And then he's talking about this one is fake. This one is fake. Fake for what? Those are very important faking. If a man of God fake prophecy and fake it very well, clap for that person. It's not easy to fake. You think it's easy to fake? Forget about those things, my friend. When somebody's ministry is collapsed, you start looking for attention. That man of God is fake. That man of God is fake. And you are real. Who is a real man of God? Mention one man of God that you call real on earth. Let me see. How many women did J. Israel sleep with? Even up to today. How many women is he sleeping with? See his dress code. Is that how a man of God is supposed to dress? Just because he has run out of money, he's frustrated, he doesn't even have a church, he doesn't even have members, now he wants to implicate everybody. Pastor Af is fake. Pastor Af is faking miracle. Those people are faking miracle. He's faking miracle and he still has thousands of people. He's better than you. By far. By far. It's better. It's far better. It's 100% better than you because he's still having 1,000. He has nice houses, nice cars. It's better than you. You that is not faking, show us your achievement. It's better to fake and succeed than to be real and be nothing. You're an idiot to mention my name. Give me your question. Jagaban, you are right. Of course. Because on earth today you can see men of God, and the people that always talk about this fake are black people. We are fighting ourselves over something that white people gave to us. White people themselves don't even take this Christianity serious. White people don't take church serious like the way we take it serious. They don't kill themselves because of Jesus Christ. The same people that killed our brothers, our fathers, and forefathers, they are the same people that brought us Christianity, and we are fighting over what is even useless. We talk about holiness when white people are not holy. White people don't take this thing that we do serious. They don't. We can't come and fight ourselves because of what white people gave to us. Let me tell you something. If Christianity was true, and if heaven was true, white man will never bring Bible to you. Take my word. If Christianity was true, and it was beneficial, and there was heaven, white man will never give you Bible. He will hide it from a black man. So continue killing yourself for something that does not exist. Continue fighting men and women of God. Continue calling them fake, and you are the real. And you, let me see, you go to heaven. You think if heaven is there, white man will give you Bible. You think if heaven is there, white man will show you the way. You are a fool. You don't know white people. Continue fighting yourself for something that does not exist. Jagaban, love you. You talk the truth. God bless. DSTV number, I'm going to publish it on my page tomorrow. You are real, and I believe you. Jagaban help Bali win election next year. I'm not going to help him. He will win election naturally. All the things I gave to PF, I took them back. That's why you can see confusion. From that day I mentioned about PF, from that day I spoke about it. Have you seen PF winning, uniting again? Have you seen PF doing anything again? PF is dead completely. You can see confusion here. PF is dead. People's eyes are open. Zambian people, their eyes are open. They are no longer sleeping like before. What are you drinking? Coca-Cola. God bless. Mao Sampa. What about Mao Sampa? Brenda Chama. Papa, who was gassing Zambia? Edgar Lungu must tell us. Edgar Lungu must tell us. He must tell us. See, one, you are the Lion of Africa. God bless you. Please don't stop talking. We love you. God bless you. Jakaban, you are a real man. God bless you. Jakaban, you are right. God bless you. Millie J. Papa, you are honest. Of course, God bless you. If heaven was real, it would have kept secret. You don't know. Continue playing with white people. Continue fighting yourself over what they gave you. They would have hidden Bible if heaven existed. And imagine the same people that brought us this Bible are not these white people that we are seeing today, are the same people that we are selling our forefathers, that we are killing our forefathers, that we are raping our mothers. Those are the same people that brought Bible. The same way they hated our forefathers. You think they would have brought Bible for you so that you can go to heaven and live with them in heaven? You are joking. It don't exist. Forget those rubbish. Are you in a house or a car? I'm in a house. I'm in my bedroom. I was going to show you around now, but I don't want to brag. I don't want to. You inspire and inspiring speaking. God bless you. Believe you 100%, Jagaban. Just wondering how the motorbike on that shit moves. I, 100%, 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 1 See, one, you say people should call you on video. This is very, very important. If you want to get the do as I say material for miracle money, for I do a lot of miracle money. I'm going to post some videos and some things tomorrow using the do as I say product. If you want that product, or you want product for healing, or any product, don't you ever send money to me or to anybody without requesting for a video call. There are people that are using my name to steal money in Zambia. There are too many now. There is one that created an account that's called Prophetic Seer. So many accounts. They say Seer one has sent me a Moses Firi. There is another Chilombo, and there is another woman. These people are claiming to be working with Seer one. No. There is no one in Zambia. There is no one person in Zambia that is representing me or giving people do as I say. No. I don't ask you to call anybody in Zambia. If you want the product, there is a number on my page. You call that number or send me a message on that number. Say, I want miracle money product. I want debt cancellation. I want this. I tell you what to do. You call me on video and see my face. If you don't see my face, don't make your payment. Don't send your money. People are losing millions in Zambia. Please be careful. Talk about this man, the chairman of ECZ. In next year election, this is how we are going to do it. HH, I believe you are watching, or maybe people close to you are watching. Youth of Zambia, I believe you are watching. You see what happened in Malawi. You see what happened in Malawi. Make sure that your vote is protected. Make sure that you have a lot of monitors in all the polling stations. You have a lot of monitors that monitor the results. Any result they are sending from the polling station, the people at Mulungushi or anywhere must verify it. Edgar Lunga has already lost the election. Esochilu or whoever is going to announce what is given to. I have already seen what is going to happen. I've already seen how Edgar Lunga cried. In my next broadcast, I'm going to give the way forward on how to tackle rigging during the election. Papa Chinese are going to mistreat us even beyond 2021. If Edgar Lunga had to win, Zambia was going to be slave to China. But thank God, Hakainde Hichilema is going to win. And they must sit down with the Chinese and tell them how to do business in Africa. See, I want to go deeper. God bless you. Talk about Chela, please. See, I want to thank you for exposing these PF Mugus. Of course, I will always be there too. Papa, you are right. Here in Germany, Italy don't go to church. Not only Italy, in China, they don't go to church. But without China, to Africa will not survive. We pray from morning till night, and we are still poor Africa. After praying, we'll go and borrow money from China. You think white people are so fool to give you Bible if it was so beneficial? I'm not against God. I know God. I know that God created me. I have a personal relationship with him. A relationship that I don't need any white man to tell me how to get to him. Like people that come to me, they say, see, I need miracle money. I never pray for anybody. I give you the product. You use the product. Your miracle money happened to you. People say it's magic. I'm going to post some videos tomorrow. People say it's magic. See, is a magic. If it's magic and you are rich, it's a very important magic. Even white people come here and collect that magic. I'm following you, Papa. See, I love you. Come, Chanda. God bless you. Suarez. See, I love you. God bless you. Any other desire, Esther from Namibia in the job? Okay. Any other question? Any other question? Jagaban, buy me a DSTV. Okay. See, I've not received miracle money. Sometimes when I come online, I post something about miracle money. Claim it. it happens to you. But if you want a guaranteed miracle money, there is a product for it. That product is on my website, www.prophecy1cfm.com. You go to the store, you find all the product that you want that will solve your problems. When you find them, then you send me a message on WhatsApp with what you have chosen. I will tell you how to go about it. But before you make payment, before you send money to anybody, call on video. Make sure you see my face before you make payment. Because there is a lot of crooks that are stealing money from people in Zambia, claiming to be Seer. Nanji, so you are the best. Thank you. Give me some magic. What? Papa, talk about Bishop John General. How am I going? If I talk about him, you don't know it's a credit to him. I don't talk about people who are nothing in the society. I talk about important things. Love you. Buy me a phone as my birthday present. Nillion. Okay, I'm going to do that. You are rich, Jagaban. Let's hope the magic doesn't have consequence. It's not magic. I don't do magic, but everything on earth has consequence. Even Christianity, the one you believe, it has consequence. You must follow the rules and regulation of everything. See, I want who introduce you to Godfather. That's another thing that I'm going to explain the next time I'm live. Talk about DRC, please. I would love to know something about DRC. I don't know much about it, and I talk about what I'm sure of. See, when you have more viewers than DNBC, of course, more viewers than the president. We are hitting 5,000 tonight. See, when it's enough. Now you can open a school of prophet and train other prophets. Yes, I can do that. Very soon I'm going to open a school of the prophet. Talk about police in Zambia. Police in Zambia are suffering. Police in Zambia are suffering. They don't get enough payment. You know, they don't get enough payment. They are being used. If you go and see where these police people are living, go to Skanzi camp there, you will cry for them. But these guys are working very hard to protect the nation. These are the people that are supposed to be getting salaries. The same salary that stupid woman is getting, Sumaili is getting. The same salary that Bowman Lusambo is getting for licking the boot of the president. These are the salaries that are supposed to be given to the police because they are doing a great job, but nobody's paying them. The only people that are eating are their bosses, those that are close to the president. Those are the people that are eating. And also through corruption. They are suffering. Even if you see them going on the street to fight, to beat people, they are suffering. They don't have nothing. They don't even have food. Most of them have big loans. They are suffering. And the president don't care about them. He just wants to use them. Just like that. You can see that these guys are now becoming drunkards. Because they are frustrated in life. Many of them are committing suicide because they are frustrated in life. They are doing a lot of job. You know, they are working so much. They are doing a lot of job. They wake up very early in the morning. They go and face criminals. They wake up very early in the morning. They wear the same uniform. The children don't even have what to eat, but they go and fight to defend the country. But Edgar Lungu paid them peanuts. And then he used them. That's why when HH wins election next year, he must reform the police. Police that's why Edgar Lungu never won in any police camp in Zambia. He never won in any police camp. This time around, it will be worse. Not even the armies are getting something. These people are working so hard. But Edgar Lungu is abusing them, misusing them. Oh God. When are you opening your TV station? My TV station is already open. Papa, I'm following you every time you talk. God bless you. They also chase Shomzi. These are rubbish. You chase Somizi, this guy. You chase him, you don't want him to come to Zambia because he's gay. but you are corrupt. Your ministers are corrupt. You don't chase yourselves. The owner of Chicago's was daring an elected mayor, and no one is doing anything about it. Chinese in Zambia are calling Chinese foreigners in Zambia, in their own land. Zambia is a joke under Edigalungu. Such rubbish was not going to happen if Sata was alive. Satan knew how to protect his country. He knew how to protect his people. Not that one you put in State House. Jagaban of corruption. That one is nothing. It stops so easy from coming to Zambia because he's a gay. I feel sorry for you. Zone Dua was coming to Zambia. You stopped her for coming because she doesn't wear panties. When God created Adam and Eve, who sewed their panties? Who sewed boxers for Adam? You don't judge people because of what they chose to put on their body. Even in the Bible, Hezekiah, or is it Hezekiah, that went to cry on the mountain naked? If it was today, he would be deported from Zambia. Stupid people that don't have senses. They trample on people's rights like never before. They think that they are closer than Jesus, that they have never seen before. How can I access your TV station? It's there on DSTV. I'm going to post the details on my Facebook page tomorrow. When are you giving us cars again? To be number one. I will. That I'm not coming to Zambia does not mean that I will not help the people of Zambia. Up to today, I am helping a lot of people in Zambia. A lot of people in Zambia up to today. And I'm not going to stop helping the people of Zambia. I will continue helping the people of Zambia, even if I'm not going to be there. Even Dr. Lumumba, just because he says the truth, he speaks the truth, a man respected all over the world, corrupt PF government sent him back. We don't want you in our country. Hey, PF, you will cry next year. I feel sorry for you. Pin your WhatsApp number. How do I pin my WhatsApp? How do I do it? Let me see. Ask me your question. I've typed it. Now I don't know how to pin it. Somebody teach me how to pin it. I've already. That's my WhatsApp number there. Oh yeah, give me your questions. Come with your question quickly. We need your TV station on Go TV. We are going to put it on Go TV. Tomorrow is going on free to air so that everyone will be able to watch the TV station. You have managed. Yes, I've managed. I would love to meet you one day. I saw you once in Solwezi. No problem. We'll meet. It is done, pin. God bless you. I've seen it. Thank you. Is TB Joshua real? Everyone is real. There is no fake human being. Everyone is real. There is no one that is fake. There is no one who does not do bad things, including me. I do many bad things. I do many bad things. In South Africa here, I'm leading a gang of Ita boys. If you know what Ita boys does, you will never associate them with prophets, but I lead them, you know. I lead them. I do many bad things. No one is clean, but supernatural power is different from Andrew. When I'm talking to you here on this live, I am talking to you as a prophet, as Seer one. When you see me outside, I'm Andrew. Don't expect me to be holy like Jesus Christ. Don't expect me to be holy like God. Don't expect me to be holy like it's not possible. You know, men, as I've seen many people who fight men of God. Papa, that one is fake. Why? Because he drinks. But no, I was drunk. No, I was drinking. The first miracle Jesus performed was to turn water to wine. So you will never, don't ever judge a human being. Never you in your life judge a human being, because even the Bible says, for all have sinned, for all have sinned. When you are judging somebody, when you are a judger, are you not a sinner? Have you not sinned before? You have sinned before. If you see me and call me, say, hey, I caught Seer one drinking. If you don't drink, you lie. There is no sin that is big. There is no sin that's small. Maybe you've caught me drinking, but you're a gossiper. Aha. You caught me womanized, but you also do sex. You caught me fake, you caught me, or you caught another pastor, fake miracle, but you lie. You also watch movies, acting movies, and clap for them. Why should you clap for people that are acting on TV and fail to clap for me? It's the same acting. Clap for that pastor that is acting also. If you think he's acting very well. There is no one that is clean. Okay. Come, give us your, is Godfather a human being? I've answered this before. Here in Zambia, we believe Godfather is a snake. You have seen him before. Congratulations. Are you hiring your TV station? Yes, because I am not able to talk the whole time. There is a lot of things that will be going on the TV station. Where does your Godfather live? In Amos State. I need a Nigerian man, I swear. Zambia men are the best men on earth. If you don't know, Zambia people are the best people on earth. If you don't know, the thing you admire things that you don't know. There is no faithful men more than Zambian men. I've lived there. I've seen how they love their wives, how they love their girlfriends. They are the best, So don't admire Nigerian men and land yourself inside hellfire. Zambian men are the best. That's why the president is taking advantage of Zambian people, because both men and women are nice people. You tell them do like this, they do. You tell them do like this, they do. You tell them do like this, they do. Such things don't happen in Nigeria. A Nigerian man is going to beat you, beat the hell out of you, beat your father, beat your mother, and continue what he's doing. So forget that story. Why are you not married? Is it that Godfather refused you to marry? Thank you very much, Seer one, because you speak for the people of Zambia. God bless. Given an opportunity to become vice president here for Bali, will you take it? How am I going to become a vice president? I'm not in Zambia. I'm only going to be advising Bali through my TV station, through these pages, making sure that it doesn't go the way of Edgar Lungu, so that Zambia can be liberated. Zambia can be okay. Introduce me to an Igbo man. You don't listen. Supernatural laughter. Zambian man keep on impregnating women and run away. It happened in every country. It happened in every country, my dear. It's all over. Talk about the wrestling. I've already spoken about the wrestling. You didn't meet us in time. You are a spiritual man, Seer one, of course. Thank you. Are you married? No, I'm not married. See, I want say your number time. I've already pinned my number there. That's my WhatsApp number. You can send me a request of what you would want. Jagaban, what about Mao Sampa? Mao Sampa still has a long way to go, since I spoke about what we did to him. We have been looking for a way to free him. We have been looking for a way because he's a good person, He has the heart of the people. Unfortunately, things happen like that, but he will be fine. What do you think about J. Israel said he's exposing prophet? I've already said it. J. Israel is just so frustrated, He's seeking attention. And seeking attention, you don't need to pull down other men of God. You don't need to say you're exposing people. No one has the right to expose anybody. What will you say? I've already said my point. I want to introduce you to Messi. Justin Owen. I like your laughter. God bless you. Much respect for you, big man. You and I need to have a talk, big man. Okay, Marcos, no problem. Why are you not married? Because there is a lot of things that I do. I'm going to get married later. Who is cry babies? Kings. Kings Malembe. He said cry baby. We want to see your mother shame. See one. Zambia is in your hand. Zambia is not in my hand. Zambia is in the hand of all of you. How many children do you have? One. Please stop spoiling the name of Nigerian men. I said the truth. We know ourselves. Forget that story. Zambian men are very good, They take care of their family. Some of them more than Nigeria. I know ourselves in Nigeria, For example, look at our artist. Look at Wizkid. I don't know how many children he has without a wife. How about Davido? I don't want to talk about that. How about Two-Face? Father of all nations. I don't want to start talking. We are in that area. If you talk about taking care of women, you must go to Zambia and see that Zambian men really love their women. They know how to take care of their women. Have you ever killed someone using supernatural power? Have you ever dated a Zambian girl? Yes, I have. See how you look fun in that hat. Thank you. Answer. Papa, show us the photo of Godfather. I'm going to do that in the next broadcast. Say one, you are great and powerful. Thank you. So true. I love you, Chagaba Mim. Thank you. Say one, you owe me being a loyal follower from the way back in Zambia still. God bless you. Come, is there any question or anything that I left that I needed to tackle? See, one, have you been to Chicago's? Of course, I used to be in Chicago's. I am an atheist, but I believe in you. Keep it up. God bless you. Lungu was in South Africa a few days ago. Do you know what he was doing? What's your say about style? Is it Leave Tali alone. When is the next live? I'm going to advise. Remember that you must subscribe to this page. Immediately after the broadcast, you subscribe to this page. Immediately. So that anytime I'm live or anytime I post something that I'm coming live, you get it immediately. And if you are not following me on YouTube, that's where I say most of the real things. On Facebook, I hide some of the things because Facebook is too much censored. But on YouTube, I say things. So make sure you are following me on YouTube. Prophecy One CFM. Prophecy One CFM. There. Make sure that you are following me there. It's very, very important. When are the bars opening? Edgar Lungu has allowed foreign bars. We saw it there by Chicago's and others. They're open. But local bars are crying, you know. Elizabeth Faith. Seer One is a witch. Seer One, a witch doctor is bothering me. You must send me a message on WhatsApp. Let me handle him. But you must have his picture for me to do it. What's your say about gold mine? Gold mine must be given to Zambian people. You know, it belongs to them. Pin your YouTube handle. So if I pin it now, this one will go. Prophet Seer One CFM. That is my YouTube handle there. I've pinned it. I was blocked on this page. Why? I didn't block you. If I block you, you cannot be able to see me. See, I wonder which doctor is bothering me. Crystal, man, but I've told you what to do. One. One. Since then. Okay. Okay, I'm live na Facebook and I'm finished. I'll call you. Thank you, man. No one likes PF again. No one. The only people that are supporting PF are the people that are benefiting. Even PF cadres are tired of PF. I've just subscribed. Of course, make sure that after this broadcast, you go and subscribe to my YouTube page. It's very important. There I talk anyhow. I love you, Seer One. Obey. God bless you. Thank you. Look at Seer One showing out. I didn't know that I was showing out. I was talking to my brother in Nigeria. We love you, Seer One. God bless you. Seer One, prophesy in my life. Sometimes you just need to just send me a message of what you want. I do it than saying prophesy. Do you plan to come to Zambia when things settle? Come to Zambia to do what? I have settled in South Africa. My Igbo man is lovely though. Mia Kaseka. I love you. Is your TV station going to be on Go TV? Yes, the TV station is already on DSTV. Tomorrow is going on free to air, and we are going to put it on DSTV. How about life after death? There is something I'm going to teach you about life after death. Where do people go when they die? I'm going to tell you. It's not those things where the people say, no, when people die, they go to hellfire. How can somebody dies and go to hellfire? When you sleep, you dream, you still see that person? Eh? How can somebody die and go to heaven? When you dream, that person is in heaven, but you are seeing that person? All those things are story by white people. In my next broadcast, if you permit me, I want to come and tell you what happens when people die. That's why when somebody dies, you don't need to cry too much. How many of you would want me to tell you what happens when people die? How many of you would want me to tell you this? How many of you would want to tell me this? Somebody's asking, give us your YouTube handle. My YouTube handle, you see, I've pinned it. Prophecy 1 CFM. That's my YouTube handle. After the broadcast, you must go and subscribe to YouTube page, so that it's very, very important that you hear what I say on Facebook. See, I like your cow motorbike. Thank you. God bless you. Elizabeth, and all of us are moving to South Africa. You're welcome. Tell us a bit now. How many of you want to hear about when somebody died? This is a very important. Topic that people don't know. Many people say. I even hear people say, I went to hell before. It's a lie. You can't go to hell. If I ask, okay, let me just give you a cardionk of what hell and heaven look like. Just a cardionk, just a small one. When you ask somebody, where is heaven? That person will point up and say, heaven is up. Then you ask a person to say, where is hell? That person will say, hell is here under the ground. Now, the scripture says, according to the Bible, the scripture says, when someone dies, or when the trumpet shall sound, we shall go to the throne of God, which is where? In heaven, which is up there. And then, if your name is not found in the book of life, you'll be thrown to hell. Where is hell? Down here. So tell me, how is it possible that you'll be thrown from up there and you're falling? You come here, you fall, you go, down. You enter the hell. You can see it doesn't make sense. There is a scripture that says that a rich man and a poor man. Rich man was very, very rich. Poor man was very, very poor. Rich man was eating. Lazarus that was very poor. I'm going to read that scripture when I come to teach about what happens when people die, where they go, and what happens. When people die, I'm going to come and talk, and I'm going to give you that scripture. It says, somebody say, you blocked my number. Bashi Nathan, yes. If you call me on WhatsApp too much, I block you straight because I don't like disturb. You just have to send me a message. Don't call me unless you want to get the product. You call me on video call. You see my face. You see? So that's a rich man and Lazarus. They died. And Lazarus went to heaven and went to Abraham's bosom. And the rich man died and went to hell. And rich man became thirsty in hell, looking for water. And he looked up and he saw Lazarus in Abraham's bosom. And he told Abraham, Abraham, can you send Lazarus to come and bring water for me in hell because I'm thirsty? Now, if somebody can look from hell and see somebody that is in heaven, it means the boundary is just there. There is no major distance. It contradicts what says that hell is down beneath and heaven is up above. So you can see that the people that wrote Bible, white people that wrote Bible, they are confused in many of the things that they wrote there. So I'm coming to teach you what happens when people die. When someone dies, where do they go? Do they go to hell? Do they go to heaven? In the first place, going to hell, if you're talking about going to hell, how big is the hell? And there are many of us also that are waiting for Jesus to come From the day we are born, Jesus is coming very soon. Jesus is coming very soon. Up to today, we are getting old. We don't see Jesus. I'm going to come and tell you all those things and open your mind as an African person so that you start reasoning like a human being, not like a fool, not believing in everything you see, not believing in everything you hear. Thank you. Jagaban, I need to be connected to you. Okay. Can they let us into South Africa already? You can come, you can come, you can come. God bless you. I want to leave you here and I want to say that I love you. Make sure that you subscribe to this video. Make sure that you are connected to this page. After this program, just click subscribe, like the page so that anytime I'm live, you are getting the notification and you are getting knowledge. Give us that supernatural laughter. We like it. Thank you. Okay. I love you. Love you. See one Bowman Lusambo has named his twin over Degalunga and stuff. I've already addressed this case. He has transferred Butlik into innocent children who don't know anything. This is how innocent children inherit cases for nothing. We love you too. Okay, good night. Enjoy the rest of the week. See, one King was insulting you. I've addressed King's issue already. The way I love your supernatural dimple. Thank you. See, one have been scammed for forest. How are you even doing forest, please? Thank you for coming live. Golden Jovo, thank you. God bless you. Take care of yourself. Good night.